I have been thinking about Mary and Martha lately. You know the story. Martha is the sister who complained to Jesus, and Mary is the sister who chose the better part, as Jesus explains. I've always hated that scripture. I guess because in my mind, Martha was the responsible oldest sister. She was the one accountable for getting the house ready for Jesus. Can you imagine the preparations? The cleaning, the cooking, the landscaping, the washing, all the things needed for a guest to feel comfortable in one's home. And as an oldest daughter, I totally identified with Martha and totally understood why she asked Jesus in sheer frustration to get Mary to help her with the work instead of entertaining Jesus. And for the longest time, I felt that Jesus was wrong to chide Martha. Couldn't he see how she was trying to show her love for him? I thought it's easy for people to hang out all day gossiping, but when dinner time comes and there's nothing to eat and you all sleeping on dirty sheets, I bet you'd appreciate Martha then. See, I always thought I was a Martha, the responsible daughter, the hardworking daughter, the obedient daughter. So you can imagine my surprise when I realized that I was actually Mary. The epiphany came to me about 18 years ago when my dad had back to back heart attacks. My heavily pregnant little sister jumped into action. She transformed into this person that I had never seen before. She handled the doctors, navigated the healthcare system, doled out the medicine, put the schedules together for daddy. She saved my dad's life. And me? I made dad laugh and did what Misty told me to do. I shockingly realized that she was better in this area than I was, that she was the general and I was the foot soldier. Now, it took some time getting used to this dramatic shift in roles, but it was a defining moment for me. Sometimes I realized it was better to follow and not to lead. And you know what? Being Mary instead of being Martha was awesome. I told daddy jokes about him cute PJs to wear in the hospital. I listened to his stories and I just enjoyed him. Did I feel guilty that my little sister was doing some of the more unglamorous parts of caregiving? I did. But it was lovely not being the responsible sister and that kind to circumvent some of my guilt. Fast forward to when my mother was sick with lung cancer several years ago. I still became a foot soldier when I went to South Carolina from DC to help with my mom. My sister and my aunt Ethel were the generals. They were the ones who did the caregiving for my mom 24/7. They were the true sheroes. They washed her, they fed her, they clothed her, they did her laundry, they coordinated her doctor's appointments, they made sure she had enough oxygen. They traveled 2 hours for a visit for her oncologist. And they did this every day without me. They were the Marthas. They were the ones doing the unfun parts of caregiving. And like Mary, I got to come in, help, and then leave. For them, caregiving was their reality. And so, with that understanding firmly in my mind, I always remembered my role when I went home. I was the supporting actor in a long running sitcom. My job was to make the stars of the show look good and not mess up the plot. But I also tried to make the most of my time there. So I would sometimes stay in bed with my mom, fetching her soda and candy. We would watch Diners, Drive-In, and Dives on the Food Network. I would paint her nails and put lipstick on her. We would look through my Facebook page and we would see all my pictures. We giggled and we gossiped. We ate cookies in our bed wearing our PJs. She asked me how I was dealing with my recent divorce. She asked me how strong I felt emotionally and spiritually. She told me how much she enjoyed me and how beautiful I was. She worried that I didn't have a strong enough support system in DC and warm enough clothes for the coming winter. She even asked me if I could buy her some hair like mine, since the cancer had taken away hers. She said, Acacia, is that 12 inches? Yeah, that's the length I want. And when I balked at something that my auntie wanted to do, mommy told me to shut up and do what I was told. And I did. Did I clean the house? Yep. Did I put up the Christmas decorations that my auntie Ethel requested? Yes. Did I do the errands for my sister and help her with grocery shopping for Thanksgiving? Of course. I happily did all of those Martha-like things. And those things are needed and required and worthy, like Martha is. But after those tasks were done, I hopped into bed with my mom and I made her smile and I made her laugh. Because Mary's role, my supporting role, is also worthy. Because every leading actor needs and deserves a supporting actor to make their great work even better. As I think about all of that, I guess what I would just say to all of you on this Zoom call is that I just feel like Black women are just dealing with so much. And I think I have like kind of three takeaways. Is that in a society that tells Black women we're either too much or not enough, I guess I just want to underscore that we are enough, that we are children of God, that we are beautifully made, and that we're exquisite. And that's it. And I think the second thing I would say is that you are all well raised Black children with exceptional home training. That, you are going and navigating into careers and places that at times may not seem worthy of you. And you just need to understand that you belong in those rooms and do not allow anyone to dim your light or cause you to doubt your gifts. And I think the third thing I would say is that you are all deserving of peace, love, and joy. And that is important to connect with your Black girl joy in ways that are authentic to you. You know, everybody does their own thing. Some people are brunch people, some people like to do the spa, some people, for me, I like to sleep. But, however you connect with your joy, however you create peace in your life, you need to do that. And nothing is required of you to take that time. You know that it is worthy of you to have that time because you are important and you're enough. I'll leave you, I'm a South Carolinian, so I always tell stories. So I'll leave you with one story. Last year, I decided that I was going to stop being such a good girl and I was going to have me what I called my version of my hot girl summer, which basically meant that I went around all DC drinking cocktails and wearing cute little summer dresses and things like that. And I told my friends, I said, listen, if people come up to you and say things like, I saw Acacia drinking a cocktail during the day wearing a sexy dress, do not defend me. It is probably true. I am drinking cocktails during the day and probably wearing a sexy summer dress. And I hung out and I had just the greatest time just going out there. And I had forgotten what it meant to be free and unfettered because we work hard and we take care of everyone. As Black women, we are everything to everybody, and we are constantly putting ourselves last. And so, as we're going through everything with the pandemic, and as we're going through everything with the election, as we're going through everything with our children and our parents and our friends, and we're all just trying to figure it out and maintain our sense of integrity and maintain, and know that God's love is in us, but also kind of dealing with the fact that sometimes it feels like God's love is not in everybody else. It's just important to remember who we are and that we're enough and that we are good all by ourselves. And so with that, I will throw it back to Sister Ajua.